Hey everybody, DJ Porkchop hanging out with you tonight in the garage. A chilly night actually, it's like 40 degrees, but who's counting, right? FAQ number 3. Sorry for the piss poor lighting and all that. This is part of the problem why this video is taking so long to come out. Had lighting problems, as I've had for a long time. Camera issues, computer issues. Once again, all this comes out of my own pocket. I don't get ads on my videos. If I do, I need to know about it because I'm not getting paid for them. I have no set budget for all this, but nonetheless, I keep trying to do these just to get the word out. But anyway, any one of them round selfie lights is what I need, I guess. So I can set it where I need to get some light in here, so I can get some better lighting on me. So I got in front of me a shop light hanging. I don't know if you can see this. A shop light hanging on a piece of baling wire to get a little bit better light going on in here. But anyway, last time I left off a long time ago, FAQ number 2, I think I added something in there. I will fix it, something about it. Is this a miracle cure, yes or no, or if you're looking for a miracle cure, don't get this. I need to fix that statement, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because people ask me this all the time. Was this a miracle cure for you? Well, here's my reason for needing to explain this a little further and retracting my statement on if you're looking for a miracle cure, don't get this. It was a miracle cure for me. Or a miracle band-aid, I guess. However you wish to look at it. Potato, potato. Was it a cure? No. Was it a band-aid? Yes. By no means did it cure, and I'm looking at my notes. I have a terrible case of ADHD, ADD, whatever the hell you want to call it. Anybody who's seen my videos in the past, you know. So if I'm not reading off of notes, we're going to go all over the place. It by no means was a cure for me. My back is trashed like many of you watching today. It's just pure trash. There's no cure for it. It can be treated, but it can't be cured. So in my case, this was a miracle treatment, I should say. I was pretty much bedridden, all but bedbound. I could get up and go to the bathroom in severe pain. I could hobble to the car, endure the pain, and to go to the grocery store and make it part of the way through the store before I was in agonizing pain, you know, or something of the such like that. After I got this device, that wasn't a problem no more. So that in and of itself was a miracle for me. Do you look at it that way? You may or you may not. That's strictly of your opinion, not mine. So FAQ number 3 question, whatever you wish to call it. Is it a miracle cure, yes or no? It was for me. Once again, I wish to strike the word cure and put treatment, yes. Another question I get often asked, because when you deal with pain a lot, there's pro-pharmaceutical. Use what your doctor gives you, because your doctor give it to you. It's got to be great, right? It's got to work. Especially when you look at some of the side effects, like one of the side medications, and I'm going to bring this up for diabetics. My insurance company wants me to take this medication for diabetes, and some of the side effects is red penis, discharge, smelly discharge of the penis, painful sexual intercourse, red ring around the penis, and I'm not even going to go into some of the women's stuff, you know, and it just goes on, and swelling of the genitalias. But that's cool because the doctor give that to you, right? You know, some of these other ones say loose, runny black stools, you know, swollen toes, swollen fingers, your hair may fall out, you know, burning, itching eyes, watery, runny nose, all because you got itchy skin. look, I'll deal with the itchy skin before I deal with all that other crap, right? Sometimes the ends don't justify the means. But anyway, so, and then there's this is where I'm coming from, then there's the pro-medical marijuana side. Forget all them other meds, try medical marijuana. And then this is where this question comes in. Have you ever tried medical marijuana for your pain? Before or after you got your spinal cord stimulator? And if so, did or did it not work for you? Okay, well, here goes. I have not used... Okay, my problem goes back a whole lot of years with my back. I'm 46, going to be 47 here in a couple, 2 or 3 weeks. My problem with my back goes all the way back to my earlier teenage years, I would say. I was using marijuana, I wouldn't say for pain, but recreationally in my later teens through my 20s, mid-20s. And then I give it up because I got a really good job. And I had a small family. And that job paid me really, really well. And if I would have failed a test, I would have lost my job. Priorities. So... consequently enough, by the time my later years rolled around, when this back problem really come up and reared its ugly face at me and said, guess what, you're not going to work or walk no more. I did actually try. And no, it did not work for me. The pain was that severe. People say, oh, you didn't try a strong enough one. You didn't try the right strain. I've been in the ball game long enough. I know which ones to try and which ones not to try. Trust me on that. They didn't work for me. They made me feel really good, but they didn't make my back stop hurting. Now, do I do that today? No, I don't. There are several reasons why I don't. One is because I do have a family, but all my children are grown. They're over 18 years old. They all know. They don't care. I mean, in their eyes, if that's the worst thing I did, well, then so be it. My kids are pretty understanding. They're good kids. My wife, she's real understanding, but... my wife has a really good job too. We don't have the fanciest of stuff in the world, but what we do have is ours. I don't want the cops to come kick in my doors and take what I got. Now, be that as that may, I do live in a state where it's legal for recreation use, as well as medical. Unfortunately, I also live in a state that requires an FOID card for firearm owners. And that's a whole separate video that does not pertain to a spinal cord stimulator. That's another reason why I do not use medical and or recreational marijuana for pain control while on the stimulator or before I got the stimulator. That's going to be in a follow-up video all by itself. And I promise that one will be soon, not 2 months from now. So getting on to question number 3 of FAQ number 3 in the final series, my FAQ. Does it work 100% of the time for all? Unfortunately, no. There's no guarantees in life that everything will work for everyone. What works for you probably is not going to work for me, may not work for me. It might, but it may not. You may have a fantastic trial, which a lot of people do. They have a fantastic trial, but then when they get the permanent, they're gung-ho, they get the permanent, and it just sucks balls really bad. Pardon my mouth. It just sucks really bad. It doesn't work. And man, I feel so horribly bad when that happens to people because the relief you get, like I'm going to give you for example, when I got my trial, they turned it on that day in the hospital whenever I got it put in. And my insurance, for some reason, required me to be in a hospital to get the trial put in. Well, I'm not sure, but whatever. That's their prerogative. But it was like a crying-worthy moment right there on the spot. Because the sciatic and nerve pain was gone. I was able to lay in my hospital in a crappy hospital bed with a mattress that's this thick that really sucks, especially when you're a big guy of my size. When I got that implanted, I was weighing about 385 pounds, give or take. It didn't hurt. It was gone. Now, be that as that may, I probably was under the influence of a little anesthesia, so I took that into account. I have a complete playlist, which I'll include in this, from the day before my stimulator trial till today after this video gets put up. No holds barred. I tell the truth. I don't hold nothing back. I have no reason to lie to you. I have nothing to gain by lying to you, so why would I do that? The next day, I got up and was able to go shopping. My wife, 50 minutes later in the store, my wife's like, oh, okay, let's go ahead and take you home. I'm like, no. Let's go over to Rural King. We got some more shopping to do. We was in another store for another hour. I was walking around. But, so, you know what I'm saying? It worked for me. And then when they removed it, man, I wanted to punch somebody in the face an hour later. I wanted to hurt them really bad because the pain was back so bad. I was back home sitting in bed again, sitting in a recliner. I couldn't do nothing. And I had to wait for insurance to prove my permanent to get put in. And thankfully, the permanent worked for me. Some people, it don't. So no, does it work 100% of the time for all? No, unfortunately not. Does your back still hurt? Yeah, it hurts like holy hell. Be brutally honest, it hurts like holy hell. Since my spinal cord stimulator was put in March of 18, I think it was. Yeah, March of 18. I believe it was in August of 18, I also had an L5S1 fusion done. I now need to get another level right above fusion done, another lumbar fusion. I have 2 broken vertebrae. One's like almost shattered. Another one's stress fractured really bad. I got the stenosis into this, into that. My MRI report is like 10, 12, 14 pages long. Same story as most of you guys watching. This thing is for nerve pain only, is what I've told. Now, some of you report that it did help your mechanical pain as well, which is like arthritis and joint pain and stuff like that. Me, that didn't work for it. It only helped the nerve pain, so... Yeah, my back still hurts like holy hell. Going back to the medical marijuana part, I can't use it, and we'll find out why in an upcoming video. Pain meds, they don't work. Pain meds, I have a separate video coming out on it as well to coincide with the medical marijuana video. That in and of itself requires a separate video as well. I don't take pain meds because they don't work for me. So yeah, I'm still in pain every day of the week, but all my nerve pain is gone and I can get up and go do what I want. I'm a big boy. I can take the pain. I've been in pain for years and years and years and years. I strap my pants on every day and I deal with it. I don't cry about, sometimes I do. I'm not even gonna lie. We all get that poor me moment in our lives. My wife, if she was here right now, she'd probably tell you he's a big crybaby. You know, so... It is what it is, right? I'm not even gonna lie to you. And that goes right on with pain meds. Was my next one. People ask me, "Well, is your pain meds still the same?" My pain meds did come down after I got the stimulator put in. My pain meds did come down. I wasn't on tramadol and morphine, sulfate, and Dilaudid, and a lot of all that other stuff that people was on because I'm going to be brutally honest with you here and hold your kids' ears if they're close. I liked having sex with my wife. Plain and simple. Whenever I took all that stuff, that was not an option for me. I'm a guy. Things don't work for some men whenever you take them kind of drugs. Plain and simple. So I chose not to take them kind of drugs. B, I really like going to the bathroom without getting my flushed with saline solution. Correct? Things just stop working when you take them kind of drugs. Also, something with guys' prostates and you just like will quit urinating. Oh, that really don't sound appealing to me. So about the biggest worst thing I was taking was Norcos, which are pretty much a government created garbage anyway. Conspiracy theory. But that's what they are, is they're garbage. Doc had me on 325-10s prior to surgery. Kept me on 325-10s for a little bit after permanent implant. Brought me down to 7.5s and then down to 5s. Sometime thereafter, I was at the grocery store. I felt a horrific pop in my back and zip, I just whoop, all over down on the floor I went. Ended up having to get my spine fused, my lumbar L5S1. I was right back on the 325-10s. He wanted to go a little more powerful, and I told him no. I refused to do that. Plain and simple, I refused to do that. Once again, now it wasn't because of the sex part with my wife, because now my back was hurting bad enough. That was not even going to be an option. Anyway, just tell you that right now. But it was a matter of going to the bathroom. I've been plugged up before, and that's not an option. I absolutely do not like that Miralax crap. Nope, not happening. Not till I'm about 60-something and my body requires it. I know too much information, right? Last question on the list was sleep. How do you sleep? How did you sleep? I always be a wise guy and tell people like a baby. But to be truthful with you, to be real, I get where they're coming from. How'd you sleep with that damn trial, with that thing? Well, I noticed some, like my buddy, I won't mention his name here because he didn't give me his permission to do so. My buddy, Mr. Doug, his was taped to his body from what I can tell, and I've seen numerous others where they tape the whole entire unit to your body. I can't comment on that because mine wasn't like that. I had an elastic band, which kind of sucked, really, to be brutally honest. It was an elastic band that you wore around your waist, and it had a little pouch thing in it. My external battery pack, it looked like, it was like 2.5, 3 inches long by about 1.5 inches tall and about the same wide. And it held a couple batteries. And it slid inside that pouch and the wires went into it and around to my back. And I just wore that belt around me. Well, I never slept on my back to begin with, but for some reason, after I got the stimulator, the trial, all of a sudden now I started sleeping on my back. How that happened, I'm not real sure. But for the first couple days, my back itched. And by the way, most people wear their trial for like 3 to 5 days. Some report 7 days. I actually had mine for like 12 to 14 days, and I'm not sure why, but I did. But I had absolutely no problem sleeping. I've told people before, get one of them wedge pillows. It's like the shape of a cheese wedge. Put it behind you and kind of like lay up against it, I guess, and see if that works for you. I'm not real sure, but by all means, I mean, that's one thing. Or if you don't have a wedge pillow, but prop a couple pillows, maybe a blanket behind you. See if that works. Post-implant, that was a little trickier. Some people say to sleep in a blooper. Some people say to sleep in a recliner. There we go. All 5 of my viewers will appreciate that blooper. Some people say to sleep in a recliner. Here's the catch. That bra strap cut, I call it a bra strap cut. It's the one right dead nuts in the middle of your back there, right there. That bastard hurt so that, whoops, pardon my mouth. I have no filter, my apologies. That thing hurt so bad. And then when I recline, I got my generator installed in my left flank. It seemed it was, I don't know if it was stretching or what. Man, that recliner hurt. I couldn't do the recliner. It was more comfortable for me just to lay in bed, just to deal with, and it burned a little bit at first laying in bed, but once I got over that, I was good to go. You know, yeah, I mean, it sucked at first, but I mean, you get used to it. And it hurt. I'm not gonna jive you. It did hurt. But people say it didn't hurt at all. Yeah, it did. Some people have reported that they get a big throw pillow off of their couch and they sit at their kitchen table. I'd be a little scared to do this myself. I'd be afraid to fall and jack my back up. But they say they've got a big throw pillow off of their off their living room couch, and they hug it, and they put their chin up on it, and they sleep like that at their kitchen table. That's plausible. That's real plausible. But I just laid in bed. That's how I slept. That's about how it worked for me. That's all I got for my FAQ number 3. Like I say, I do have 2 more videos coming out. Pending lights, pending camera. I got a brand new camera, but I'm not sure how it's going to work yet. I'm still having computer issues. I'm hoping I can get this. If you see it, I guess I got it uploaded. Lights. I'm trying to get me one of them round selfie lights, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, I'm taking it day by day. I was going to call it quits. I was going to put a video on here and thanking everybody for tuning in over the past couple years, but you know, the other side of me took over and said just keep dealing with it. You know, people need to hear about this, and you know, so that's where we're at today with this. And I got another little tidbit of information on the Stimulator 2. Doctor's in talks with me about Stimulator number 2. Maybe I'll do a quick little video about it after I put some information together. Thus, the deciding factor of why I decided to keep doing these videos. So as long as y'all keep tuning in, I'll keep doing them. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and go work on this video, post-produce it, and all that good jazz. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I never take any of you for granted. Tell everyone you know, anybody who's considering a spinal cord stimulator. Like I say, hit this playlist. There's a 14-week post-op video. That's not the only video in my series. That one gets a lot of views, and I really appreciate it, but check them all out. Go back and check all these videos out from day 1 till now. It's a lot of them, but you know, there's probably something in there you might want to know. Who knows? But or somebody else might want to know that you know. So anyway, with that, I appreciate all of you. I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here and shut my pie hole. Take care, everyone, and we'll catch you next time around. Later.